Again, Battle Los Angeles, interesting piece here. Roger Ebert has one of the first reviews that hit the internet. He gave it half of a star, saying, here's a science fiction film that's an insult to the words science and fiction, and the hyphen in between them.
Wow.
You want to cut it up to clean under your fingernails, which is not a very positive review. We have other reviews from critics such as Roger Moore with the Orlando Sentinel saying it's not new, it's not novel, and it's not art. And saying as far as a popcorn movie goes, I guess it'll have to do until we get to the summer. Richard Roper says it's like watching other people play a video game. Not very positive reviews. And then we go to widescreenwarrior.com, where we have a 5-star review for the movie saying that you better go to the bathroom ahead of time because there is no time for a pee break. So, with it being such... And what's interesting is that was from our own Andrew Cady, and then our own Doc Rotten sounded off and said, yeah, I don't agree with this one bit. So I was like, okay, I gotta see this one. So, on top of everything else, I went to see Battle Los Angeles, and I have to say I fall in between. Movie, of course, an invasion. They don't waste any time in showing you that an invasion has taken place. Aliens are coming. They're trying to colonize us. They're trying to wipe out the indigenous race. And we follow a group of Marines as they try to, at first, protect a group of civilians, and then eventually head into a deeper mission that feels like something out of a Michael Bay movie, frankly. Basically, I liked the first 2 acts of the movie, and then when we go into the third act, it definitely felt like we moved into a Michael Bay movie, which is appropriate because our good friend Armand White said that it was a mix between Armageddon and Pearl Harbor with a Spielbergian twist. And as much as I dislike Armand White, that's actually a pretty accurate description of the movie's story. So, we follow this group of Marines, and it is such a cliched group of Marines. I mean, you have everybody here. You have the guy who's just a few days from retirement. You have the one that's getting ready to get married. You have the virgin. You have, you name a military, army movie kind of cliche, it's in there.
The tough chick?
Michelle Rodriguez,
okay.
Baby!
Oh, yeah.
And Doc Rotten said that she's an improvement to the movie. Like, everybody breathed an audible sigh when she appeared. Oh. And I gotta agree with him. Like, when she shows up, it's like, okay, this got real. So, I rarely say this, but Michelle Rodriguez actually is a highlight of the movie, and I enjoyed that she was in this. But what I really liked was Aaron Eckhart as the staff sergeant. He is the commanding officer, who is a short time from retirement. We see him turn in his retirement papers at the beginning of the movie. He's suffered a tragedy that on a previous mission he lost basically his entire squad, and he's having a really hard time dealing with that. And he's an old man. In the terms of the Marines, he's an old man, right? Mm-hmm. So he's awesome in it, and in fact, he's awesome to the point that if Mark Harmon ever decides to stop doing NCIS or dies, Aaron Eckhart needs to take his place because he is the awesome part of the movie. I mean, he really is. As far as the visuals go, shaky cam. Get a damn steady cam unit. I mean, I get why they do it. They want to pull you into the action and say, oh, this is real, this is it, but it doesn't help. It doesn't help one bit. And yes, for the video portion of this review, we are allowing Margaret to handle the camera instead of clamping it down like we normally do, because I feel like that helps, recreate
You need to understand shaky cam.
Yeah. There are times when I didn't, mind it. And I don't mind it in small doses, but there were 2 scenes in particular where that became pretty hard to follow because of the amount of shaky cam in use. All in all, I have to say I actually was entertained by Battle Los Angeles. I thought it was a novel concept, but with the quality of the visual effects, this would have been better served as a television pilot for a miniseries or a direct-to-TV movie. It's not really, doesn't feel like the great theatrical experience I was kind of hoping for, and in that area it was kind of a letdown. The script is weak. I mean, some of the dialogue is just poor as all get out. So, if you don't mind the fact that you've got some cliched stereotypes going on, and you don't mind the fact that the script, that you really don't want to hear them talk, then it's not a bad movie. But if you're looking for a little more substance in your popcorn
saying
movies,
if you don't want to hear them talk, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But if you don't mind not having much substance to your popcorn movie, it's actually pretty enjoyable. I give it 3 stars.
And?
And retreat, hell.